Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello? Am I here? Curse you, microphone. Ah! Hello, I'm back. No, not curse you, microphone. Curse you, OBS. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Welcome in, and happy Thursday. Welcome in. Hello. Hope y'all are doing well today. Currently raining here. Oh, that's not fun. Raining, no fun. Not at all. Hope it'll get better for you. Because rain stinks. Excuse me, why the heck can yawn? I don't know. Hey, 5-stream streak. Congrats, Metal Spider. It's relaxing listening to it? Fair enough. Fair enough. Listening to the rain is very relaxing. I agree with that. I can't believe it's Thursday already. It feels like the week has gone too fast. It feels like the week has gone way too fast. I hope I'm not the only one that feels that, because I feel like sometimes the week just goes by. And then other times it just drags on. So, however you perceive it, I hope that it's going well for you. Rima! Welcome in, good to see you. With the dancing cat. Dancing cat! Oh, goodness. Alrighty. But today, we are going to be playing Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy today. Oh boy. We're gonna be continuing to look for harmony today. Good morning, Bray Jared. Welcome in. Good to see you. Gonna continue looking for the harmony today. New screen transition? No, it's the same one as before, just testing the different colors. Excuse me. I was playing Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. I just have one question. Has it ever been confirmed that this is a rage game? Because that's what I'm getting from it. It may not be confirmed officially, but for me, yes, it is a rage game. I don't like the gameplay. The story is worth... the story is worth at least watching the cutscenes, but... the problem is if you don't play the game, you do kind of miss some stuff. So it's a little... eh. It was a GBA game once before it got updated for the PS2. That didn't really change much, Squid James. Even in the GBA version, it was bad, if not worse. The mechanics for the cards just did not work. At least not work to everyone's best interest. Considering that Kingdom Hearts is indeed a JRPG. It's not a card game. But it is important to play it before Kingdom Hearts 2, so... you gotta do what you gotta do. Because if you don't play this one before you play Kingdom Hearts 2... not saying it as a good way, just it didn't execute it correctly. Yeah! They could have taken things a whole different way with Chain of Memories, but they didn't. And it showed, and it kind of fell flat on its face. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get a version of Rechain that is either has updated cards that we can use more accurately and systems that are easier to implement, or just have it as a normal fighting system. Because, normal fighting? I'll take that any day. Only good thing about me playing it is that there are no secrets in this game whatsoever, but still. And I wouldn't even try to go for 100%ing on this one, Maddie. This one apparently is a struggle to 100%. Because you can't even 100% it without playing through it twice. You have to play through it at least twice in order to fully 100% the game. Which is annoying as heck. Yeah. Not fun. Not fun at all. Excuse me. Anyways, enough about... I'm gonna stop talking about the rage bait that is, Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories and focus on the fun puzzle game that is Professor Layton. Alright, let's swap on over here and get on with the show. Hopefully, with the double screen setup, we won't get demons. However, we will have to test to see if the demons show up today. So hopefully no demons show up, but we'll just have to see. Alrighty, let's get started.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, so far so good. So far so good. Awesome. Thank you for the hydrate. Alright. Our story so far. After talking to people in Sangrio who have received the egg, the professor is able to deduce the identity of its current owner. Keen to talk to this person, our heroes head for Bud's Bar and Grill. Alright. The Bud's Bar and Grill. Hey, buddy. Hey, Bud. Buddy, we need to talk to you. Hey, guys. What brings you back here?
We've worked it out. You're the current holder of the true Paponio.
You got me. I was hoping you would, actually. You see, I'd been looking for the perfect person to give the Paponio to. And then you came in with that glazed, sad look. I got to thinking that if anyone needed harmony, it was you.
I'd be satisfied with just the Paponio. Thank you.
Gee, you're kinda missing the point. Let me give you the lowdown. We all say the Paponio brings happiness. Yes, that's the island way. But its humble beginnings were far from happy. The man who found it, Eduardo Paponio, was at the end of his rope. Oh, really? Yes, sir. He'd hit rock bottom and wanted to idle away his days as a hermit. So he set off for some old crumbling ruins. But bam! He made the discovery of a lifetime. His business boomed and voila! Sangria was born. That story sounds familiar. So you're saying that the Paponio he found was the basis of the tourist merchandise?
That sounds similar to Monte d'Or in a bit, doesn't it? That sounds very similar to how Monte d'Or was founded back in Miracle Mask, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Kinda crazy when you think about it. One little stone egg turned his life around in a flash. The point is, even in the gloomiest of times, you gotta look forwards. Happiness might just be waiting around the corner. Don't take the Paponio just because you want it. Take it because you want to be happy.
Egg acquired.
Thank you. The people of this island always greet us with a smile. I found it odd at first, but I think I understand now.
Now that's what I'm talking about. I knew the Paponia would be the perfect gift for you. It's what Eduardo would have wanted, I'm sure of it.
Alright, Paponio, a happy tradition. The Paponio tradition started with a man named Eduardo Paponio. At a low point in his life, he found the Azran egg and it brought him great joy. He started the Paponio passing tradition in the hope of bringing happiness to those around him. Well, there you go. Mystery solved. Alright, back to the Bostonius. That was quick. Another egg obtained. Now on to number 3.
Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust the glorious weather helped shine some light on your investigations and make it a dazzling success. Ugh. You know, Raymond, I was thinking of passing the egg on to you. But if you plan to make these terrible puns after each step of our journey, maybe I'll hold on to it a little longer. You needn't worry either way. I believe the people of Harmony intended for Aurora to hold on to the egg. A wise decision if there ever was one. It is disappointing that you weren't able to visit the ruins, though. You seem to be very well acquainted with our actions, Raymond. Master, you should know I'm never too far away to keep an eye on things. Well then, I'll just prepare for takeoff, shall I? Very fortunate that Raymond is aiding our cause. I feel he would make a powerful enemy if crossed.
I have a feeling that something isn't right with Raymond.
Professor Layton, Professor Sycamore, something's coming back to me about the Azran.
Good tidings indeed.
There's a facility that now lies under Sangrio. It was used to harness the power of the moon and soothe nature's temper.
Ah, you mean it could be used to control the seas?
I think so. The facility was closed before our civilization reached its peak. Perhaps it had already accomplished its purpose. I'm sorry. That's all I can recall. It's all quite hazy.
The calm, luxurious shores of Sangrio are in part provided by the Azran. Thank you, Aurora.
You're welcome. It's nice to be able to share these memories.
An ancient facility hidden underwater. I'm almost tempted to go deep-sea diving and see it for myself.
Alright, off we go! And let's save our progress and off to the next location. Thank you for the stretch. Oof. Big stretch. Alright, let's travel the world in search of the eggs. Once again. To our next location. Amethyst! Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Alright, to our next location. A dusty red desert. Oh boy. It's time for a desert, everybody. We went from the jungle to the beach and now to the desert. Oh boy. Let's get going. Okie dokie. Ooh. I gotta adjust my sitting position. There we go.
The map in the Azran Dome is correct. Then there should be an egg somewhere in the vicinity.
The land is arid, yet the ore paints the landscape a beautiful hue.
The nearby town is surrounded on all sides by rocky mountains. Locating the egg may prove difficult.
I agree. I can only sense a faint resonance of the Azran.
It seems we will have a long journey ahead of us. Let us begin by talking to the locals.
All right, to the town! Here we are.
It's so dusty out here.
According to Professor Sycamore, this is the town of Torrido.
Torrido? I've not heard of it before.
I don't think I see anything that looks like Azran ruins around here.
The people of Torrido are sure to be more familiar with the area than we are. It never hurts to ask around.
Well then, time to get down to business. That is, as soon as we find someone.
It is unusually quiet for a town at this time of day.
Look, there's someone now.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, a word of advice from me to you. We don't take kindly to strangers here in Torrido.
Wow. You talk like they do it just like they do in cowboy films. Howdy day, our partner. A fine day for rustling some cattle, ain't it? Yeehaw.
What? I don't think you heard me straight, boy. You hightail it out of here and don't you come back, you hear?
I can't say this has been the warmest of welcomes. Is there a particular reason for your hostility, sir?
There is. You folks. You see, you shouldn't be here. And unless you're a tough nut like me, you ain't gonna last 10 seconds in this town.
Everyone, run for your lives! It's all red!
Oh, Red! Yikes! Somebody call the sheriff!
It didn't take much for that tough nut
Howdy
to crack.
there. Have you hydrated today? You
Hi!
probably should. You see, it can be a tough nut too if you hydrate.
You can be a tough nut too if you hydrate. Yeehaw! Hi, Lyra. Good to see you. Could we get a shout out for Lyra's adventure, please? Super awesome friend of stream. If you don't know who she is, go check her out. She's fantastic. I'm gonna take that hydrate too. Hey, Vanica, welcome in as well. Good to see you.
It seems unwise to linger here. Let's follow the man.
What's all red? Oh, here we go. Whoa!
There it is.
That must be Old Red.
Whoa, that's an angry doggo. Hi. Who are you, buddy? Did you see that? It's the egg! We found it at last, McCaw!
Boss was right there. Get in position.
And of course you two are here. Don't let it get away!
I think it wants head pats.
Robert, you nitwit, get back here!
You think it wants head pats? Maybe so. But there could be a nicer way for asking for head pats, right?
Professor, it's Targent!
Yes, this is very worrying. Even more worrying is the fact that the egg appears to be hanging around that wolf's neck.
Well, at least we know why the streets are virtually deserted.
Those men ran straight after the wolf. Come on, Professor. We have to hurry.
Luke, stay calm. You've already lost sight of them. Besides, it would be ill-advised to give chase without first finding our bearings.
Right. We should ask around first. Do you think that man will be more willing to help now that his overblown ego has popped? No, we're not throwing Luke at the wolf! We're not throwing Luke at the wolf, Vanica. Don't hurt the child. The terror of Old Red. The residents of the desert town of Torito live in fear of a mighty wolf they call Old Red. Every time the beast makes his way into town, the people flee. But why does Old Red need to come to Torito in the first place? Yeah, good question.
The varmint's gone? Well, gee, that's a relief.
Clifford didn't age well! Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Just saw this in an article. Rachel Lillis, who played Misty in Pokemon, just died. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. May she rest in peace. Maybe it's Sakura from the My Little Pony situation? Oh goodness.
Hello again. You folks again? Look, I ain't no yellow belly, just skedaddle already. You came to the wrong place at the wrong time. One moment, if I may. It's fair to say the wolf we saw earlier is the cause of Torito's troubles, is it not? Yeah, what you saw just now was Old Red. About 3 weeks ago, he started coming down from yonder mountains.
Could you tell us which mountains exactly?
Not a chance, missy. You go up there and he'll gobble you up faster than you can shake a rattlesnake. But if you're still fixing for an early grave, go see the sheriff about it. He'll be in the saloon.
The saloon. Oh my gosh. This is definitely like stereotypical American Western style.
Despite the panic outside, this room exudes goodwill and cheer. Why is that?
The people here seem to be celebrating the fact that they survived the encounter on Old Red, rather than dwelling on their fear.
That man outside said the sheriff would be in here, but I don't see anyone who looks like a sheriff. Do you?
Ah, my backyard, just missing the basin. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hello. Ain't seen you around these parts, little lady. Where'd you hail from?
Oh boy, he's drunk. He's drunk. He's a little bit on the happy side, chat. He's a little on the happy side. Except no one has said there ain't enough room in this town for the both of us yet. I know, but still. Alright, hold on.
Me? I'm from the Azran.
Hey, no, Azran. Yep. I think my cousin Doc took a trip there last summer. A fine place. Hey, you game for a game of cards? I'll deal.
Uh-oh. Someone come get your dad, please. Oh, goodness.
Now see here, little missy. Here's the game. Don't worry, it's simple enough, even if you ain't never played it before. Look at hands 1, 2, and 3. Each time I've lined up the same 4 cards, some of them face up, some of them face down. On the touchscreen, you'll see I've lined up the 4 cards once again. If you turn over one of these cards and they produce a diamond, you win. Well, little lady, which card you gonna flip?
Which card is the diamond? He did a bit too many hydrates. Oh, goodness gracious. That's one way to say it. That is certainly one way to say that. Now how are we gonna figure this out? Also, why do these guys have a bird beak for a mouth? He just has a- it's just his mouth. Hmm. 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 Wait. Why can I highlight this card? Why can I highlight this card? It's already flipped over. Hmm. Suspicious. Suspicious. I'm gonna try it.
I'm fairly sure about this.
I knew it! It was a trick question! I knew it! I knew it was a trick question! Gosh dang it. It's double-sided. Gosh dang it. Now that's how you play cards. Well, Lyra, it's a trick because, the card that was flipped over, the club, was a double-sided card. Basically, it was tricking you, saying that this card was already flipped over, so there couldn't be a diamond underneath of it. But there was. So the card is double-sided, thus causing the puzzle to be solved. Hey Dark, welcome in. Ringa! Oh, you've got a lot to answer for, you chiseler. Sheriff, it was just a friendly little game. There wasn't nothing untoward about it, I swear. Oh, I always thought you was low, but cheating an innocent girl at a game of cards, you better make tracks. Pronto. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. That Derringer may be a bit sly, but he may have a terrible sense of humor. But I guess deep down he ain't really a bad egg. Anyhow, you folks must be from another country or something. What brings you out here to this deadbeat town?
We're looking for something. The wolf you call Old Red has the item we seek around its neck.
I'm thirsty.
Thank you for the hydrate. No worries, Dark. Continue that studying. You got this. Them eyebrows are bigger than his mustache? Yes, they are. You want to meet Old Red? Huh. With all due respect, you folks must be off your rocker. But if you're serious, listen, this really ain't the place. Folks is celebrating, and I don't want to bring down the mood, you hear? Let's talk somewhere quieter. Meet me by the dried up creek just north of here. Alright. Let's continue then. Hey, buddy! Another puzzle. Pardon me for back there. I just didn't want to cause a fuss for the whole town, you know?
You are afraid of the big wolf?
I ain't denying it. That old boy causes us a heap of trouble whenever he pays a visit. Now I'm sure you ain't blind, but beyond our little oasis of calm, there ain't nothing but badlands as far as the eye can see. I figure his old watering hole dried up, so he made Torito his new favorite spot, if you catch my drift.
That makes sense. Animals do what it is required to survive.
Yep,
Now, I ain't saying I don't feel for the poor fella, but if he goes on like this, folks will not want to live here no more.
Oh my gosh, Lyra, that song. Wow, that is an old one.
Sad. Who's to say he won't try and make off with Derringer or the like one day for his breakfast? We are well aware of the danger, Sheriff. Nevertheless, it is imperative that we find Old Red. I take it you would know where his den is.
Of course, that was my childhood. That was my childhood.
No backing down, eh? Ah, fine. But first you gotta help me with this here mystery.
It's not even Friday yet. Flying the coop. A farmer comes back to his chicken coop to find the door open and his chickens gone. He tells the sheriff, who works out either A, B, C, or D is responsible, but they're all pointing fingers at each other. It's B who's to blame. C's the culprit, no doubt about it. It's either A or B. I'm not sure which. It's B or C. One of the two. Only one of these people is telling the truth. Can you work out who is to blame for this? Give yourself a break, Dark. It's very warm. Arrest all of them, the American style? I don't think that's how that works, Shorelax. I don't think that's how that works. Who's telling the truth? Let me see. Some motherfucker done messed up. Oh my gosh. Boot Hill.
Sparkling wine is a specialty of
Aye!
Mondstadt. Mix it with
It's
3 parts
Kaya!
dandelion wine, and the bitterness
Aye.
disappears completely. This concoction is known as Death in the Afternoon. Delectable.
Hi. Thank you for the Kaya line. Alrighty. I'm thinking here. I was just saying hi. You didn't lose me. I'm still here. Goodness gracious. I can't lose myself right now. I'm in the middle of a puzzle. I mean, who wouldn't with Gaia? Fair enough. But I need to focus on puzzle. Let me see. Who's telling the truth? I think it's A. Because everyone else... I'm pretty sure that A is the only one that's telling the truth.
Let's shed some light on this one.
Let's go!
Excellent.
Ha
If
ha
I do
ha.
say so myself.
A is the one who's responsible for the chicken's disappearance. He didn't steal them though. He simply forgot to close the door. Aha! Got it.
Thunderation. So it was that feller. Guess I'll be sleeping easy tonight.
Thanks for the stretch. Stretch. Woo. Thanks.
I'm thirsty.
Thank you for the hydrate as well.
Now a deal's a deal. I'll tell you what you want to know. Some folks have seen old Red going into the old abandoned mine at night. My guess is that's where he sleeps. Now I'm sure you've got good intentions and all, but I want no more part in this. Here on, your lives are in no one's hands but your own. Please, for your own good, stay clear of the old boy.
So old Red's den is somewhere in that mine, is it? Well, let's go and pay the old boy a visit.
Leave it to me. I'll see if I can convince him to give us the egg.
Luke, be careful. Luke, be careful. I know you can talk to animals, but please be careful.
Whoa.
So this is the mine where old Red lives. We'd best be on our guard.
Agreed. Luke, it is very possible that he will have a bad temperament. He may not listen to you. To be on the safe side, we should have a backup plan.
Oh, no need for that. I'm sure I can sort this out.
Oh boy. Oh, here he is. We found him. Enjoy your lurk, Dark.
Whoa! He's baring his fangs. That might not be a good sign.
No?
He seems to be in pain. I wonder if it is hunger, like the sheriff said. I hope not, because we just walked into his lair. Mind you, if he wanted to eat us, I'm sure he'd have done it by now.
Oh dear. I'm not sure that's very comforting.
Anyway, a gentleman never backs down from a challenge. I can do this. Oh, Red, please listen. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to know what's wrong so we can help. Oh, you are? So that's why.
What did he say?
The reason he keeps visiting Torito is because he wants to find the girl who once saved his life. He doesn't think he has very long left, and he wants to thank the girl before it's too late.
Aww! That's so cute! Aww!
So, he's ill? I'm not sure. He just says that he's in terrible pain. He can't find the girl himself, because every time he goes into town, the people just run away in fear.
Maybe we could help him find the girl, and he could give us his pendant.
He's not keen on that idea. It's really precious to him. It was a gift from the girl, and now he wants to give it back.
But she can't need that aura stone as much as we do. What should we do?
Well, if I was in his position, I'd want to do the same thing. So I think we should help him. He says the girl is quite short, and the last time he saw her, she was wearing a red scarf and had plaited black hair. Come on, let's go back and find her.
Alright. Let's find the girl who rescued Old Red. Let's help a doggo out. Sheriff Flint, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were scared of the old boy.
Ma'am, if you don't mind me saying, the only one who's happy about old Red coming to pay us a visit is you. He may have good intentions, like you say, but all it takes is one little accident and you've one hungry mob hunting him down.
Oh, don't make such a ballyhoo. When's old Red ever said anything about eating folk? That's the darndest thing I ever heard.
Ah, lady, I reckon anyone who claims they can speak with the old boy's sure to be 2 rungs short of a ladder.
Oh, that's right. You ain't the sharpest tool in the shed yourself, Flint. Besides, a wolf or two might even be good for Torito. It'll liven up this Dullburg.
Wow, that lady's having a go at the sheriff.
Indeed. Perhaps we should inquire.
Perhaps we should.
Good evening, Sheriff. About the lady with whom you were arguing. Ah, that old gal. Well, we got her pieces of odd in us, but she's just got bigger pieces than most. I'm worried one of these days she's gonna get herself into a whole lot of trouble. Heck, it's like this every time old Red pays us a visit. Some say she's the one calling the beast over.
But old Red's just a gentle giant. I hope that bossy old woman isn't bullying him.
Gentle giant? Have you got eyes in the front of your head, boy? Ah, Luke here is, let us say, a great lover of animals. He believes that deep down, they all have a gentle side. That's sweet, but don't go siding with the old lady just 'cause it sounds nice. I reckon she's gone off her rocker.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Come on, Professor. Let's find the girl old Red has been looking for.
Alright, I suppose we can always continue our inquiry later.
Alright. Find the girl. Find the girl. Let's see. See if we can find anything. Nope, not in here. Do you know anything?
Well, look here it is. Listen, I'm awful sorry about earlier. It's just that I was so relieved when old Red took to the hills, I might have caught a little overboard with the celebrations. Let bygones be bygones, Mr. Derringer. We were hoping if you could help us find something. You know of a girl who in Torito with plaited hair and a red scarf. Plaited hair? Why, you must be Scarlet. Better watch yourself, Pard. She looks like a demure gal, but believe me, she ain't. Oh, now she'll be down at the saloon tidying up the place.
People fearing stuff they don't know again, as usual. Fair enough.
Oh gosh, this ain't good. Nah, this ain't good at all.
Miss Scarlet, you require some assistance.
Assistance? For little old me? Why, thank you, sir. See, I've been hankering for a burger, but I done forgot the recipe.
Oh dear. A recipe situation, huh? Oh boy. Burger building? Oh, why do I have a feeling I know what this puzzle is? Why do I have a feeling that I know what this puzzle is? Help Scarlet make a tasty burger by jumping ingredients over one another to stack them up. Make sure they follow these rules. Ingredients can only move by leaping vertically, horizontally, or diagonally over other ingredients.
I'm
Thank you
thirsty.
for the hydrate. An ingredient cannot jump over 2 or more ingredients at the same time. Ingredients you jump over are removed from the counter and put on the burger. You must finish with an ingredient in the middle of the grid and nowhere else. Let's see. Oh. Hey, Josho! Welcome in! Good to see you. Well, let's get started then. Here. And then here. And then here. And then, oh! Here. And then here. Aha! Got it!
Oh, I think this may be it.
Perfect. Not bad at
Puzzle
all.
solving is a most gentlemanly pursuit.
Right. Look at that burger, though. That looks delicious. That looks like a delicious burger, not gonna lie. That looks almost like a royal red from Red Robin. Mmm.
Now that's a mighty mouth-watering burger right there. Good work. Wait, who are you folks anyways? I'm Luke, and this is Professor Layton.
Indeed. Now then, Luke here had a chat with Old Red, and he said that he would very much like to see you.
Hold on a minute. You're saying you spoke with Old Red? I wouldn't do it. Ain't nobody believed me and Grandma. And we knew Old Red was a kind soul. They could see Old Red for who he really is. They'd finally start taking Grandma seriously. Can you tell the old boy something for me? Tell him to stop scaring the living daylights out of everyone in Torito. Ask him to try and make peace. I think that's something you should tell Old Red yourself. Come on, let's go and see him. Gosh, now you're talking. You okay with this, Mr. Layton, sir?
Consider yourself one of us, Miss Scarlet. Now we had better go quickly if we wish to see Old Red before the sun sets.
Go and talk to Old Red. Alright. Right, here we are. Whoa! And Targent's here, of course.
Gotcha, you big stupid dog.
Hand over the Jaeger, you'll be sorry. Professor, what are they doing?
This doesn't look good.
Listen, you've had your warning, now let's see how tough you are. Take this.
Robin, don't tell me.
It's not loaded! What do we do? What do we do, McCall? Run!
Robin, you nitty wait!
Phew! It's a good job they aren't the most dynamic duo. Look, Old Red, we've brought the girl. Aw, don't worry your pretty little big head anymore, Old Red. I'm here now. So please, stop scaring the townspeople. You think you can do that for me? It's okay. If you want to say something to her, I'll translate for you. What? What's wrong? He says you're not the one he's looking for. What? But how? And I was so sure he'd taken a cotton to me. Oh. I'm sorry. It looks like we'll have to find someone else.
He's looking for the worse for wear. We'd better find the right girl before it's too late. I suppose we should go back to town and think about this. It doesn't make sense. Scarlet seemed the best fit of the description that Old Red gave us.
But Old Red said she didn't smell the same.
Well, unless anyone here is actually a dog, I think we can rule that method out of investigation. Thank you for the stretch. Stretch. Whew.
I don't suppose we could just bring Old Red down here to sniff her out. Nah, that ain't gonna work. The moment anybody claps eyes on him, they'll hightail it out of there.
We should also consider the possibility that the girl is not from Torito. True, she could have merely been visiting. Like us.
We could ask Grandma. There ain't never been a living soul pass through here without her knowing about it.
That sounds promising. Frankly, we could do with any lead at the moment, no matter how small it may be.
Right. Well, her house is this one right here. Kinda hard to miss, really.
Perfect. Perfect. Then let's pay her a visit.
Alright, let's ask the grandma. Oh, she's not here?
Well, that's funny. I wonder where she is.
Out shopping, perhaps?
Not likely. Grandma hates going out. She almost never leaves. Oh, now I'm feeling rattled. I thought she might be taking a nap behind the big sewing doohickey. There's no sign of her.
Don't worry, Scarlet. There's no point in jumping to conclusions.
Perhaps it would be best to wait here in case she happens to come back.
You know, I wouldn't mind living in a cozy little cottage like this.
Just look at these wonderful handcrafted furnishing. Original pieces like this add a real touch of character to the place.
Oh, see that there photo frame? I made that one for Grandma. She was over the moon when I gave it to her.
Very nice. Wait, that photo.
Oh, is that you, Scarlet? It looks really old. As it happens, no, that's Grandma back when she was my age.
Is that so?
What is it, Professor?
I think I've worked out who the girl we're looking for is. However, I will need Scarlet's grandmother to confirm it.
What in the blazes are you strangers doing in my home? Hi! Oh, and puzzle.
Oh, Grandma! I was worried sick about you. Where in tarnation have you been?
Scarlet, have these rascals been harassing you? You hush now. They're gonna vamoose quick shop.
No, that's not it. Oh, Grandma, old Red's been looking for someone who looks like me, and we don't know who.
There, not another word, darling. Wait, did you say old Red? Scarlet, they must be hunters. Scum of the earth they are. Knew they'd be turned up on Torito's doorstep one day or another.
Grandma, no! Mr. Layton and his pals aren't hunters.
Oh, they ain't? Well then, Mr. Layton, why don't you tell me what you're doing out here, eh?
Madam, please. I assure you we intend no harm. I only wish to inquire about old Red.
No, you can't fool me with your gentle person act. I know just what'll make you show your true colors. Oh boy, here we go.
This country's national flag is the same design on its front and back. Would-be knights in this land undergo a series of grueling tests, one of which involves counting the number of squares there are on the national flag.
Prove yourself worthy of a knighthood by working out how many squares are on the national flag. Wait. 3, 4, 8. 13. And then on the back there's 13 more. So that means there should be 26. Wait a minute, hold on. 14, 15, 16, 17. And if it's the same on the back, then 17 let's see. I need to use some hint coins here. Before you get carried away, remember that a square is only a square if it is closed off on all 4 sides. Bear this in mind while you count all the small squares, and you should get a total of 17. This isn't the answer though. You just need to don't just focus on the individual squares. You need to look much deeper than that. Have you noticed that you can combine squares to create larger squares? For example, you can create one of these right in the middle of the flag, made up of 4 yellow squares, 4 green squares, and 1 white square in the center. Okay. You found the central, which would be this one here. You found the central square made up of 4 green squares, 4 yellow squares, and 1 white square, have you? If you look again, you'll see this large square actually contains 4 other smaller squares, each one containing 1 white square, 1 yellow square, and 2 green squares. E. Add the 5 larger squares at the center of the flag to the 17 individual squares you've already counted, and you'll have a total of 22. But is that really the right answer? 2 of the knights on the top screen appear to be looking at the flag from a different perspective to the other knight, and to you. Remember, the design is the same on both sides, so you need to double that total of 22 to get the real answer. So it's 44. So there should be 44 squares. Okay, that makes sense.
Here's my answer.
Okay.
Critical thinking
Math.
is the key to success.
Math. Math is a pain in the butt. Seems you ain't fixing for trouble after all. What's your game?
We would ask only that you come with us to see Old Red.
What? You want to bring this lady along?
I believe there has been a great misunderstanding.
What do you mean, Professor?
You recall that Old Red wished to see the girl that once saved him, yes?
Yeah, and he gave a really specific description too. I was so sure we'd find her.
On the contrary, with the description that we were given, it would be impossible to find this girl in the present day. Now, had we sought for her in the past, our conclusion may have been very different. Isn't that right, Miss Ruby?
Now, how would a posse of strangers like you folk know something like that?
Let's just say we were able to establish a means of communication with the resident wolf. That wolf has been desperately trying to contact the girl who once saved him before his life expires.
Oh, that poor fella. Well, I guess I better be thanking you for telling me this now. I'd have gone sooner, but this frail old body can be a nuisance like you wouldn't believe. Well, what are we waiting for? Alright. Let's talk to Old Red one more time. Ah! Zuri! Hey, Zuri! Welcome in, Raiders!
Incoming raid from Zuri with 1 viewers. Welcome.
Hey, Raiders! Hey, Zuri! Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, for those of you who are new, my name is Aria. I am a voiceover artist on YouTube, but as you can see, I also stream games over here on Twitch. It's good to see you. Welcome in, Zuri. How are we doing today? How was stream? What were you up to today? Grandma, can we get a shout out, pretty please? Good to see you too. How are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Leo, Niflheim as well. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, hello. What were you up to today, Zuri? Currently, we are just playing through some puzzles at the moment. We're playing through Professor Layton at the moment. We're going to see this big old doggy who's been coming into town, scaring people. So right now, we're just trying to calm him down by bringing him the girl who once saved his life before he, dies. Because he's a big old boy. Alright. I was making more progress on Wind Waker randomizer and realized that I hadn't set up the randomizer. I set up the randomizer as a swordless challenge, so the sword doesn't freaking exist. Oh boy! That sounds like a mess. Oh goodness gracious. Well, I mean, it's good that you found that out now, though. Oh goodness me. That must have been terrible, though. Sure, you were probably like, no! Smack in the forehead. Swords are overrated. I disagree with that. Swords are the best. I have only the final dungeon left, so pain is almost over. You got this, Zori. I believe. But take a rest. You deserve it. Give yourself a good old break. If you need to get some water, get some food, get some rest. Do what you need to do. But if you're planning to stick around to enjoy the puzzles, I hope you will enjoy. Thank you so much for stopping by and bringing your lovely community over here. Happy to have you. Alright. Let's talk to old Red then. I'll be sticking and lurking around? Awesome. You can join the other flies on the walls. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Let's talk to old Red.
Here she is, old Red. This is the person you were looking for, isn't it? Old Red?
Is that really you? That helpless little pup I rescued way back when? You finally twigged then. It's me, old Red. It's Ruby. Well, someone likes a good pampering. Look at you, all puppy dog-eyed and mellow as honey. Oh, you ain't changed a bit, old boy. You knew why you was hurting, and you tried to see this decrepit old lady one last time. You're a real tearjerker, you know what? Oh.
He promised to return that pendant to you one day. That's why he was so desperate to find you.
That's so. That's so. When I gave you that pendant, I thought of it as a sign that there'd always be a special bond between us. Always. Didn't feel right to be taking it back. But if it's what you really want. There we go. Oh. What's the matter, old boy?
He says the pain went away.
Oh my! So this pendant's the thing that's been causing you all that bother? Is that what you're saying? Golly, you were just such a tiny pup when I met you. And think about it getting tied around your neck as you got bigger. So old Red wasn't really ill after all.
He must have been able to perceive that something was wrong, but unable to pinpoint the exact problem.
So it was a bit of a wild goose chase in the end. Still, all's well that ends well, I suppose. Alright, mystery solved! Old Red did not come to Torito to scare its inhabitants.
I'm thirsty.
In fact, the wolf only wished to return a pendant to the girl who once saved his life.
I'll be. I'd have never believed it. I trust Torito will welcome him in, ma'am. I assure you, Old Red is a gentle creature. He would never attack this town or its people. After all, this is where his best friend lives. My eyes are telling me one thing, but in my head it still don't wash. Oh, hang it all. He's a real curly wolf, ain't he?
Maybe now you'll stop being such a croaker and keep an open mind. Now I have a question for you, Mr. Layton. You didn't just come here to help old Red out of the kindness of your heart now, did you?
Alas, no. That was not our original. We were hoping to acquire the pendant that was around Old Red's neck.
You want this pendant? That's the reason why you've been chasing the old boy around like a hungry cow? I suppose now that there ain't nothing to stop him coming down to see me, maybe we don't need it no more. Go on, take it before I change my mind.
Are you quite sure, madam?
Now, what did I just say? All else I could do with this is give it to Scarlet, much as she don't care for it. When I first saw that tall hat of yours, I thought, Ruby, your granddaughter's falling in with a bad crowd. But now I see it ain't so. Take it already. Got a hunch you need it more than she or I. Third egg acquired!
Thank you, Ruby. Kindness knows no bounds. We're glad to have been of assistance. Well then, it is time for us to depart. Perhaps we will cross paths again in the future.
Right, back to the Bostonius. What? That one was a lot quicker than the previous two. Let's hope that it was irritation and not neck pain when Red was wearing that. I hope not.
Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust your expedition was a roaring success. It was indeed. We were able to obtain an egg thanks to Luke's unconventional language.
Yep. Being able to talk to animals certainly has its advantages.
That is marvelous news. I shall begin preparations for our departure whenever you are ready. You know, this egg is the first Azran artifact to be discovered in this part of the world. I had no idea the Azran once lived here.
We did, but even in our time, it was an arid land.
Aurora, you recovered memories of this place?
Partially, yes. I recall that the Azran once tried to rejuvenate this dying land, but their technology was, at the time, insufficient. They could not restore balance to its ecosystem. Yet that is all I remember.
Fascinating. Azran, like us, lived ages of varying technological progress.
Do you think they started out like people in the Stone Age with really primitive tools?
A very probable theory, Luke. Mankind has always built upon the past in the hope of founding an ever brighter future.
And now that Torito has made peace with Old Red, they can look forward to a brighter future too.
I wholeheartedly agree. Well, I believe it's about time for us to depart, shall we?
Since when do top hats mean bad guy? Actually, never mind. I can think of some bad guys wearing top hats. Yeah, let's not ask that question. Let's not ask that question. Alright, save progress. Alright. Anyways, we have 3 Azran eggs now. 2 more to go. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and continue then. But first, I will be taking my break real quick. Don't go anywhere, everybody. I will return shortly in just a couple of minutes. BRB! Alright, I'm back. Ba-ba-ba. Thank you, everybody. Alrighty. Thank you, thank you. Let's continue on with our adventure. We've only got 2 places left. The hillside and the walled city. A rustic idol known for its strong winds. Its self-reliant population makes a living farming in the lush surrounding pastures. Okay. Well, let's go then.
Ugh. That was an awfully bumpy journey. I thought the Bostonians was going to flip over at one point.
I trust everyone is alright.
Of course. Don't worry, Raymond. Luke's just a bit of a scaredy cat, that's all.
Hey, just because you weren't frightened doesn't mean you can make fun of everyone else.
I'm afraid I was unprepared for such a strong headwind. My inability to predict this development is a stain on my reputation.
A pizza? Yummy, what kind of pizza?
Don't be so hard on yourself. The weather's nothing if not unpredictable.
I'm sensing something. The light of the Azran shines brightly in this area.
Oh? You seem really confident about that, Aurora.
Yes, it's as if I'm being guided. Guided by some powerful force.
Ah, classic pepperoni. A good choice. Well, that's got to be a good sign, right? The Azran are practically showing us the way.
I urge you all to take care. I shall be here, awaiting your return as always.
All right. Let's get some information. Ooh. Peaceful. Wow! Just look at that view! You can see for miles and miles up here.
This village goes by the name of Hugland. It is a farming community nestled among a range of tall mountains. My word, it is terribly windy. I ought to watch the wind doesn't blow my hat clean off. You do well to watch out, Professor. Look at the size of these windmills. It must take quite a gust to get them turning.
Seeing things like this is a real reminder of what a force nature can be. It's astounding. And if Aurora thinks there's an egg around here, then I can't wait to get started on our investigation.
Oh, oh. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for you to hone your talents as a photographer too, Amy.
Definitely. My shutter's going to get a real workout. In fact, perhaps that friendly-looking gentleman over there will agree to pose for a couple of shots.
Hello?
Aha! Travelers, are we? You did well to find us all the way out here.
Excuse me, sir, would you mind having your photograph taken?
Oh, a photograph? Of me? Right you are, young lady. Suppose I better strike a pose for you then, eh?
Oh, nice! It's a great photo. Right, one more.
Alright, that's enough now. You don't want to be wasting your camera film on me. Not that with the wedding ceremony about to start.
A wedding? How wonderful! And it's the perfect day for it, too.
Oh, a pretty young lady like you would make a fine bride yourself, you know.
If you say so.
Oh, I do. Now you'd better hurry if you want to catch a glimpse of the bride. See you around, eh?
Can we check it out, Professor? I'd like to see what a Hugland wedding is like.
Oh, don't forget why we're here, Eddie. Though I confess I'm rather curious myself.
Excuse me. Don't worry, Professor. I plan to multitask. We'll be leaving here with a stack of wedding photos and the Azran egg. Oh, Emmy. Aw.
I certainly hope so, Em. Now let's continue into the village, shall we?
Alright.
Oh, what a fresh breeze. What's wrong, Professor?
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa!
My word.
So it is different in the US version. Okay, fun fact before we continue. Apparently, in the UK version, there is a difference between the lines that is played where, when Professor Layton says my word, apparently in the UK version, it's not my word, it's good grief. Oh dear. A stunning difference that two words can make. Why though? I don't know. But it's funny. I find it rather amusing that that is different that way. They changed it in the US version. I don't know why. But I prefer the US version because in the UK version, when they say good grief, it just is like, you see this tornado go through and he just looks at it and says, good grief. And I'm like, huh? It sounds like you're annoyed that the tornado ruined your day or something. Whereas my word just is like, oh my gosh, or like, whoa, you know? Makes more sense. At least to me.
Ah, you! What in the world was that? I'm surprised it didn't blow these houses away.
Look around, Luke. It kind of did.
Did you see the wedding party? They seemed completely undeterred by what just happened. I think they would still consider going ahead with the ceremony after witnessing just such destruction to the village. Astonishing.
It really is. Let's find out where they're headed, Professor. There must be someone around here who could tell us. I leave my phone in my room for 2 minutes and Arya starts talking about US versus UK versions of the game. I'm sorry, you kind of missed something there, Amethyst. Excuse me? The bride who was just over there. Do you know where she was going?
Eh? Bride? Ah, you mean Romilda, do you, eh?
I suppose so. I was hoping to take some photographs of the ceremony, you see.
Oh, so you want a photograph of Romilda, but not one of me, eh? This Tizel will teach you to be so rude.
Oh, wow. Thanks for that, buddy. Well, you're the one being rude here. Counting sheep. This farmer has a flock of around 400 sheep. Keen to find out the exact number, he started counting. He counted them in batches, hoping to save time, but lost track at the end anyway. All he remembers is that he counted them 3 at a time. He had 1 left over. When he counted them all 4 at a time, he had 2 left over. When he counted them 5 at a time, he had 4 left over. And when he had counted them 7 at a time, he had 2 left over. And you work out how many sheep he has. Well, if it's around 400, we gotta keep it relatively in that ballpark. So let's see. So it must be around the 300 mark. Counted them 5 at a time. There'd be 4 left over. Wait a minute. Hold on. If he counted by 5s and he got to 490 and then he had 4 left over. I think I got it. I think.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
There we go.
All in a day's work.
Not too bad. Not too bad. That one wasn't as difficult in terms of math. There, we've solved your puzzle. Now will you tell us the way to the wedding ceremony, please?
The wedding's happening at the chapel on that there hill. That's where Romilda's headed.
I see. Well, thanks for your help. I'll come back and take some photos around here just as soon as the wedding's over. It really is a lovely little village.
Well, if you like it so much, why don't you get married like Romilda, eh? Then you'd be a part of the village forever and ever.
I'm
A
thirsty.
nice-looking lady got hitched here. It'd definitely make the village a happier place to be.
Thank you for the hydrate. Well, thank you, I suppose.
You're welcome, lady. Bye-bye. So the bride's gone to the chapel.
Is everything all right, Professor Sycamore?
Oh, yes. I was just wondering where the groom was, that's all.
Well, he's probably waiting for her there. That's what usually happens, isn't it? Look! That must be the chapel up there. Let's go and see for ourselves.
I half expected the man to tell you that only someone could solve that through sheer dumb luck.
Ha ha ha. I see. Good morning, Hybrid. Welcome in. Alright. I hope that sandwich doesn't fall over either, but we'll see.
Well, it appears we made it in time for the wedding ceremony.
Something's not right, though. There seems to be a bit of a kerfuffle going on.
Sage Shepherd, wait! Hear me out. Hear me speak but once more. This nightmare tortures me, consumes my soul. Why must you push her through the chapel door? Why must Marilla face such misery?
Eh? Misery?
I beg, Sage Shepherd, close that chapel door. My fair Romilda merits not this fate.
Julian, stop it, would you?
Romilda, though you say this is your will, it surely cannot be what you desire. Deny this custom and refuse its aim.
Listen, I'm happy. I want to be the Dragon Lord's bride. I am happy, all right? So, guess this is it. Goodbye, Julian. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but you'll be happy again someday. I know it.
Romilda, this cannot... Today we witness the reunion of Romilda and the mighty Dragon Lord. A union that will bless our village with fair winds. Come, fair winds, bring your blessed breezes to bear upon our village. It is time to seal this union. Close the chapel door. Sage Shepherd, please, undo what you have done. The wedding ceremony is concluded. You will cry all you like, dear boy, but know that nothing will change. Romilda is now the Dragon Lord's wife. Romilda! Dear sweet Ramilna. Oh, the youth of today.
It looks as though the wedding ceremony has finished. It is a shame you couldn't take any wedding photographs after following the bride all the way here.
What we just saw was not a wedding, Aurora.
Oh?
No. Something is very wrong here. We should talk to the man in the blue gown and find out what's going on. I agree.
Bless you, travelers. Thank you for visiting our village. The ceremony is now over, but please stay a while and enjoy the local area.
Actually, I was rather hoping to ask you about that ceremony we just witnessed. You see, I was planning on taking some photographs, but that wasn't like any wedding I've ever seen.
Photographs? Of Ramilla? Well, I'm afraid it's a little late for that, dear girl. Ramilla is now married to the Dragon Lord. The soul shall soon depart this chapel to blow its fair wind through our village.
Her soul shall depart?
You mean she will die?
You've sacrificed her! How could you do such a thing?
My dear ladies, you witnessed the vicious whirlwind that struck the village moments before the ceremony, did you not?
Yes. Its force was quite frightening. I've never seen anything like that before.
That whirlwind was a manifestation of the Dragon Lord's wrath. It is to appease this wrath that we present the Dragon Lord with a bride from the village. It is a bride's duty to relinquish her human form and become a gentle breeze, blessing our village for so long as it may last.
So she is going to die.
This is unacceptable! Open that door right now!
Absolutely not. This ceremony has been held in the village since time immemorial. Think we'd allow some puerile tourist girl to come along and ruin everything by opening the chapel door? I would advise you to forget what you have seen here, dear girl. Forget all about this village and enjoy the rest of your trip. Look how thick that door is. That's no chapel. It's a prison. And though the man implied this is an ancient ceremony, I find it hard to believe there's a connection to the Azran.
This isn't the time to think about the Azran, Professor. What about that poor bride? If we don't find a way into that chapel, she's going to die in there. We can worry about the egg later.
Stay calm, Emmy. I understand how you feel, but we should first consider our options before doing anything rash.
But Professor Sick...
Everyone, please listen. I can sense it. I sense the force of the Aura Stone. It's coming from inside the chapel.
What does this mean?
There is more. There is another force inside this chapel. Something more powerful than the Aura Stone. Something related to the Azran.
But surely this chapel was built long after the demise of the Azran. How can the two possibly be connected?
I don't know.
Well, there must be some connection. Aurora wouldn't be sensing something here otherwise. Either way, I still think that bride is our top priority. At least now we have 2 reasons to find a way into the chapel.
I suppose you're right. Let's start by asking around the village for more information. Hopefully someone can point us in the right direction.
A well-thought-out illusion, huh? Perhaps so. Hoogland is home to a disturbing custom in which a young lady from the village is selected to be the Dragon Lord's bride and locked up in the local chapel as part of their wedding ceremony. Why on earth do they persist with such a tradition? Let's ask around.
Build us someone we can all be proud of. I've never seen a bride so willing to serve the village. Good on her, I say.
Aurora, the living sonar for ancient relics of a sort, I guess. Well, for Azran relics.
Do you really think she's serving the village, sir?
Of course she is.
How could locking someone up in a chapel make the slightest bit of difference to how windy it is around here?
Oh, I always thought you traveling types were a bit dim. What do you want from me, a scientific explanation?
But the bride dies! Don't you realize what you're doing is wrong?
Try and imagine something for me, boy. Imagine living in a place where only fair winds bring happiness, and where wrathful winds can destroy everything in a flash.
But...
This is a milling village. We need the wind to survive. The Dragon Lord provides us with that wind, so we must appease him. You know how precious life is. You know that better than anyone. Alright? That's why we offer our life to the Dragon Lord. It's the most precious thing we can offer.
That's no kind of reason at all. You're just murderers!
You know what, young lady? If you don't like it, maybe you should just get out of our village. Leave us here with Romilda's blessed breeze. Filling our lungs, bringing us happiness. In and out.
Sacrificing people to try and make life better for the village. Did people really take superstitions this far, Emmy?
All I know is that happiness should never come at the expense of someone else's life. Anyone who believes otherwise is just deluding themselves. Destruction brings happiness? That doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, it really doesn't.
Aha! Now that the wedding's over, you're going to take my photograph, right?
Romilda is being sacrificed and all you care about is having your photo taken? Unbelievable.
So you're saying you're not going to take one? You meanie! Look, the only one who can do anything about Romilda is Romilda herself. And she's married to the Dragon Lord now. The Dragon Lord does exist, you know.
I wonder about that.
Simply forget all you've seen here, travelers. Continue your journey and enjoy your sightseeing. Though if you do wish to take a photograph of me before you depart, I would of course be more than happy to oblige.
No. No, thank you.
Oh?
I can't believe that silly and Romilda stopped to talk to Julian in front of the chapel. The Dragon Lord will have been irked, I'm sure.
Excuse me, ma'am. I was wondering if I could trouble you for a few details concerning Julian and Romilda.
Goodness me, no! I can't talk about something like that with someone from outside the village. Well, we saw them both talking outside the chapel. How embarrassing they are. How dare they act like that? Their antics always were a disgrace to the whole village. Appalling. Do you really think so? Well, of course I do. Who wouldn't? Don't you think it's more appalling that you're carrying on with these outrageous ceremonies? Sticking your nose into village business, are you? Want to know all about our customs?
I assure you, ma'am, simply...
Planning to write a big article about us, I bet. I've seen you journalist types before, always sniffing around. We're not sniffing around for anything. We just want to find out more about the chapel, so we can go and rescue Romilda. Be quiet, will you? Oh, we will not talk of such things. Who do you think you are, strolling in here trying to change our way of life? I demand that you leave this instant. But for this puzzle I need solving. Oh boy. Yeah, Emmy, don't lose your head. But we kind of need to figure this out. Oh boy. Alright, bye Amethyst. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay sharp! You've decided to give some treats to your pets, who all like different things. But you've forgotten what each animal likes. You're sure that A likes either ice cream or chocolate, and that B likes either pie or ice cream. You're also certain that C likes either pie or chocolate, and that it's either A or D that is the ice cream fan. Unfortunately, you have no idea which pet likes cake. Using the information you do remember, give each pet their favorite treat. Alright, let's see. So either A or D likes the ice cream. And B either likes pie or ice cream. So if A or D is the ice cream fan, then B gets the pie. And that C likes the pie or the chocolate. That would mean that C likes the chocolate. Yeah, this one's gonna be tricky. This one is a little bit trickier to deal with, I can tell. That would mean... Hey, Slayer fan, welcome in.
Sparkling wine is a specialty of Mondstadt.
Goodness,
Mix
the
it
Kyle
with 3
line
parts
again.
dandelion wine, and the bitterness disappears completely. This concoction is known as Death in the Afternoon. Delectable.
Indeed. Alright, I think this is the answer. You got dinner! Ooh, what'd you get for dinner, Zuri? Hope it's delicious.
This is how it's done.
Yes, I got it right. Let's go.
Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. I had a feeling you'd be able to help me. You journalists are supposed to be good at giving people what they want. I'm sure you'll refuse to believe me, but we're not really journalists.
Madam, please. I only wish to gain a better understanding of what took place here in the village today.
Meatballs, mashed potatoes, and tomato.
That sounds really good, not gonna lie.
Alright, alright.
Good honest eyes, I'll tell you what's going on.
Romilda and Julian were engaged to be married, you see. They'd been going out for years. No. A lovely couple they were. I'm sure they'd have been very happy together if it weren't for this ceremony business. This village lives in fear of the Dragon Lord, you see. Why we make the sacrifices. I know. The very idea of it is awful.
Where is Julian now?
You'll probably find him near his windmill. I warn you now, though. That poor boy will be nigh on inconsolable.
Many thanks for your assistance, Miss
Beatrix. Now you'd better move along. People will get suspicious if they see me talking to you. Let's head to Julian's windmill. We need to have a word with him. Alright. Go and talk to Julian. Hey, buddy.
Hello there. Julian, I presume. You were outside the chapel, were you not? I fear I have no time for idle chat.
Why not? What are you doing?
You must know I wish to lick my wounds. Hilda, parting is such bitter sorrow.
I don't believe it. Romilda's life is in danger and all you can do is stand around moping.
Did you not hear the words that left her lips? She gladly weds the wrathful Dragon Lord. Besides, she casts me into darkness deep. No greater, clearer sign and ere she show, for me she holds no will, no need, no love.
You don't really believe that, do you?
Oh, woe is me. Poor Julian has just endured a genuinely harrowing experience. Emir, I doubt we'll be able to reason with him right away.
But Professor... Our apologies, Julian.
Romilda. Gentle, sweet Romilda.
Look, Julian, why don't you come with us to rescue her? There still may be time if we go to the chapel straight away.
But with keen eyes the chapel they do watch, and Shepherd surely will not let us in. All is futile. I beg you, strangers, leave me be. Be gone.
Whoa! Strangers, leave me be, and yet a raid is here. Hi.
Incoming raid from What That Plan with 13 viewers.
Welcome in.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Hi. Finally got to raid you. Welcome in, raiders. Hello. Hello, what? Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Give you a shout out. What? What the player is a super awesome friend of stream. Go check him out. Super, super cool. Playing colorful stage. Ooh. How was that? How did the Hatsune colorful stage go? How did that go? Or Prosekai? How did that go? I played that game casually, but I've never played it like on stream or anything. How was it for you though? Hope you had a great day. Hope you had a great stream. For those of you who are new to the stream though, my name is Aria. I am a voiceover artist on YouTube, but I also stream video games here on Twitch, as you can see. I love JRPGs, puzzle games, mysteries, and in general, just a good story. Definitely didn't change game thrice tonight. Oh! I see, so that was just the final game you played. I see. Got to FC some songs, a full combo some songs, get crystals, so it was Gucci. Hey! Full combos are always fun to get. Welcome in, raiders, though. Welcome in first times chatting from Frosty Honey and Dango Milk as well. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. Alrighty. But I completely understand if you need to go, if you need to get some rest, get some food, get some water, do some stretches, whatever you need to do for your after-stream care, please feel free to do so. And for the rest of you, if you're planning to stick around, I hope you will enjoy the rest of the stream. We chill here for a bit before I go rest. Hey, awesome! Happy to have you here. We're in the middle right now of trying to figure out what in the world is going on here. This guy here, Julian, his girlfriend, basically, well, technically they were engaged, so fiance, decided to follow an ancient custom where she was sacrificed to be married to a quote-unquote dragon lord as part of an ancient custom to help the winds calm down in their village. But now our goal is to rescue her, because we don't believe in superstition. So we're on a rescue mission right now.
Julian is going to need a little bit more time to pull himself together, it seems.
Well, in that case, we'll just have to find a way into the chapel by ourselves.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, it seems... Well, the game's story... Well, this is a subplot. Because what the main story of this game is we're looking for 5 of these little egg things. We're solving a mystery on the Azran, which is an ancient civilization. And we're searching for these 5 eggs that will help us find the mystery, to solve the mystery of the Azran legacy. Heh, the title of the game. So we're going to these 5 different places to find the Azran eggs. And this is one of those places. So that we're kind of in the middle of a subplot. Hello, person. We currently have 3 unsolved mysteries with 2 coming soon. No, we have more than 3 unsolved mysteries, I believe.
Oh, you're still here, I see, young lady. You know, if you like the village so much, you could always get married here.
To be frank, I find your village utterly disgusting.
Oof!
Emmy roasting.
Oh, looked like it's true what they say about big city girls. Rude, spoiled, and empty-headed. People round here grow up tough, you see. It's not just the wind. All the geological subsidence too.
Hold on. Geological subsidence?
You mean to say that the whirlwinds are not the only natural disasters you have to contend with here? Oh, pretty sharp, aren't you, Top Hat? Yes, this land's full of holes. There have been lots of accidents over the years.
I believe so, Squid James. I believe so.
The base of the hill where the chapel stands is now especially bad. You have to fill in hole after hole to build a house round there.
So there are sinkholes. The hill where the chapel stands.
That's right. The whole thing is riddled with holes and tunnels all the way around. Building round there's a real nightmare. That's why everything's so higgledy-piggledy up there, see? and that's why you city types can't handle it. Is that so? Many thanks for all the information, sir. Your words have been most enlightening. Oh, always happy to help. Not to boast or anything, but there's no one who knows more than me about the village.
That was pretty interesting, wasn't it, Professor? Who'd have thought the chapel would be surrounded by tunnels?
A surprising revelation indeed. Surely it was no coincidence that the chapel was built in such a spot. I believe there's an extremely high possibility that one of those tunnels will lead directly to the chapel's interior.
Wow, really?
But I can't see any holes or tunnels from here, Professor. Say, why don't we take a look at the other side of the hill, over near the forest? Perhaps there are some tunnels over there. After seeing how marriage here is, no thanks, not even if you paid me for it. I don't blame you, Maker Rock.
A fine idea, Amy. My only concern is that we may get lost among the trees if we head there without a guide.
I bet Julian knows his way through the forest, but he's probably still too upset to help us at the moment.
You may be right, Luke. Let's continue our investigation. Perhaps we will discover something that will motivate him to help us.
What else can we find? How about you? Do you have something? I'm ready to have my photograph taken any time. Do it now before you run out of camera film. I mean, Romilda's turned into wind, so you can't take any photographs of her. It's gotta be my turn now, eh?
And locking someone in a chapel is supposed to turn them into wind, is it?
Eh? You don't think it's true? Well, it is. The bride turns into wind. Everyone knows that. I even got proof. When the ceremony's over, see, and everyone's forgotten all about it, old Shep opens the door. The only thing that's left behind in the chapel is the bride's wedding dress. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Her wedding dress?
Welcome back, Dark. That's right, lady. Well, not just the dress, the shoes, the veil, all that stuff just lying in a pile on the floor. Which means the bride's turned into wind. There's no other explanation, is there?
So the brides just disappear completely? Bones and all?
I don't want to think about what happens in that chapel.
Hmm.
Don't be silly, Luke. We have to find out what happens to those women. I agree.
I have a horrible feeling that someone is watching us.
It's okay, Aurora. You've got nothing to worry about while I'm around.
It'll only arouse further suspicion if we start to act rashly. Let's collect a bit more information, then go and talk to Julian.
Yeah, someone been watching us? Oh boy. We need justice, perhaps.
You appear rather downhearted, Sage Shepherd. Serve the Dragon Lord is my calling, but when my work is done, I am but human. I grieve just like any other.
Don't expect us to feel sympathy for you.
Still, it is not easy to see a man so racked with guilt. Oh, mighty Dragon Lord, grant your assistance. These strangers have come to torment my soul.
You're the tormentor around here, locking away all those so-called brides.
I have locked no one away. Each one of the Dragon Lord's brides has entered the chapel willingly, with joy in their hearts. Joy? I must admit, I find that hard to believe.
This is ridiculous. There's no way all those women entered willingly. What about Romilda? I saw her going into the chapel, and she didn't look the least bit joyful.
But did she seem afraid? I assure you she was not. Proceeded of her own volition. Hers was a sacrifice we can all admire. I do understand your point of view, believe me. Even I sometimes wish to put an end to this tradition. The man appears to be rather conflicted. in his own way. Conflicted or not, his beliefs and actions make him a dangerous man. Cannot allow him to cause any more harm.
She must have known she was going to die. She must have been afraid. And yet she kept all that emotion buried. It's terrible.
I wonder, what if the brides truly aren't afraid of going into the chapel?
What do you mean, Professor?
I think I understand what you're getting at. May have been laboring under a significant misapprehension. Indeed, though we cannot be certain yet, of course.
A misunderstanding?
Oh dear. I don't understand this. This village. Their traditions. I just don't understand what's happening here.
I know what you mean. Everything we've seen and heard so far has been very troubling.
Indeed, a number of unsettling incidents have taken place here. There may be yet another, an unexpected explanation, however.
Oh? What kind of explanation, Professor?
All I can say is that we should not sink into despondency just yet. Certainly not before we have a word with this fine lady yet.
Fine lady? Professor, do you mean...
There you are!
Beatrice! Shh! Keep your voice down, will you? Just thought you should know I went to see her, that stubborn little minx. Her? Surely you don't mean Romilda? Honestly, pipe down, will you? Of course, Romilda! Who would I be talking about?
Brides escape from the chapel after the ceremony, don't they, madam?
What? How do you know that?
Well, as soon as I heard that the bride's clothes were left behind, I started to wonder. I thought perhaps someone would be waiting with a change of clothes for the brides, allowing them to escape.
Oh, it's you, isn't it, Beatrix? You're the one who helps them.
Women here have been doing it for generations. It's the perfect way to leave the village. The men have no idea.
So Romilda's escaped as well, has she?
Shh! I told you, keep your voice down. Actually, I'm having a little trouble with that at the moment. Alright, enjoy your shower and rest there, Watt. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And stay sharp. Thank you for the lurk as well. She's stubborn, you see? Stubborn and stupid. You must really believe she's calming the Dragon Lord's wrath up there in that chapel. What? Surely not. You'd think that seeing me wander in there would change things, but now she's more determined and stubborn than ever. I really don't know what's gotten into her. None of the girls caused a fuss like this back in the day.
Look, Beatrix, will you tell us the route you took into the chapel?
What's the point? If she won't listen to me, I doubt she's going to listen to some fancy-pants strangers.
In that case, we shall require some assistance from Julian.
Julian? Why him?
He loves Romilda with all his heart. If there's anyone she would listen to, it would be him.
I suppose you're right. Though it does feel a bit strange to think I'm a man using the secret forest path to the chapel. But it's the right thing to do. Now listen carefully, because you need to follow these steps exactly. Take 2 mushrooms, then 1 strawberry, and repeat until you reach the other side. Don't walk down any path twice. Every girl in the village knows those steps off by heart. Follow them to the letter, or you'll never find the entrance tunnel.
Thanks, Beatrix.
I've got a dash. You lot shouldn't hang around here too long either. People will start to talk.
Let's go and see Julian. Hopefully we can persuade him to help us.
Alrighty, and on that note, I think this is a perfect place to call it for today. Oh, big stretch. Ooh. Needed that one. Ooh. Alright. And that is where we shall call it for today. Ooh. Julian from the Madagascar movie? No, different Julian. Different Julian. Can you please tell me what happened while I was gone? Okay, basically, what happened was, we got to Hoogland. We finished up the desert area and got to Hoogland. In Hoogland, we learned that there is a tradition where a bride will get married to this quote-unquote Dragon Lord in order to calm the raging winds. Basically, the woman dies, according to the tradition. However, what we're discovering is that the women just are not dead, but they're helped to escape. Which is really useful to know. So now that we know that she's alive at this point, we just need to convince her that it's okay for her to come out. But I'm guessing that we're gonna need some scientific proof that her doing this won't change anything. This being a Professor Layton game, of course. So, but that will be discovered for next time. Alrighty though. Let me go ahead and get started with a raid then, so that before we head off of stream today. I believe that our friend, yes, Lyra, is live today. Let's go ahead and give her a raid today. Playing some Zenless Zone Zero today. Alright. As a tradition, for a Thursday stream, we're going to raid our lovely friend, Miss Lyra's Adventure today. If you're headed over to the raid, which you please should to support our friend Lyra's Adventure, please type Shadeslay Raid in the chat so that Lyra knows we are there to support her. We do have a raid message that you would, if you would like to use it, or you can create one yourself. Also, if you are headed over, be sure to follow all of her rules as you would mine. And once again, as always, have fun. Alrighty, tomorrow, speaking of our friend Lyra's Adventure, hopefully, with no errors, we will be streaming with Lyra tomorrow in Sunhaven. We will be continuing to do our grinding for the museum and continue our adventures in Sunhaven tomorrow. Alrighty. But other than that, that'll be from 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. I hope y'all will have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye! Stay sharp, Shade Slayers!